Welcome back to another episode of Gregtech Community Edition Modern. Last time here, we got ourselves a IV substation. And it is up and running, and I did leave it on for a little bit while I was gone to let it charge up. So we are now at... did we run out of fuel? That's not a good thing. We are out of fuel. That's not good. Why are we out of fuel? Because soldering alloy got put in there? Gasoline. Not raw gasoline. What am I talking about? This is supposed to be regular gasoline. And now we gotta get this out of there. That is not a good thing. On the bright side, it is pretty heavily charged up. So we got ourselves quite a bit of power. What, halfway full? I am a little bit irritated that happened, but nonetheless, no worries. Failed recipe, insufficient items. That's not a good deal. What items are we not have it sufficient of? Naphtha. We are out over here. That is really not. Let's go find out what's going on with that, because that is a mystery. Do we have any naphtha anywhere? No. So I think we need to shut off or increase the priority. I think we actually should replace that with a storage bus. I don't know if I have any. I do. And just a wrench. Ooh. Storage bus. For naphtha. Just want the regular stuff right there. And then we do want to set this to a higher priority. So let's just do plus 1,000. So it will go there first. And because we don't want it to go in there yet. That's not good. On the bright side, we got some fuel to get started with this, so that'll help. So, now that that disaster has been taken care of, we are going to make another machine today. A nice big one. And that one is the electrolysis chamber, which looks very similar to the macerator. Actually, I guess closest to this one, just a block shorter. All right, no, 2 blocks shorter. Closer to this one then, and flatter. Okay. So first things first, we need the control block figure. Let's look at the recipe one more time. So it does look like you could probably place it either front or back. But it basically designates it as the front. So it does have to go in the center of that 5x5 side that you want it to be at. So it is only going to be 4 long. That is one thing that's going to mess this up a little bit. So maybe we go 4 deep this way. 1, 2, 3. Start there. 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll just go all around. As I would prefer my inputs. Oh, that's 6. Prefer my inputs to be on that side back there. We can go ahead and do our parallel control hatch. And we want our input bus to be like over here, because it's going to come from this area where I want to bring it over from. We can add in our electrolytic cells. I was pronouncing that wrong. And then we need ourselves a EV energy hatch. We are just doing the one. I know I did grab two. However, I only want to do the one on this because that's preparing to set up another machine in the future. Don't know why I grabbed it out. We're going to go ahead and put an input hatch over here as well. I don't think it's going to end up being used, but we want it on there just to lessen the amount of blocks that we need, as well as have it as an option. Now, this is where the fun is going to really begin, because this system is not wired up to send back fluids yet. And that's something I'm going to have to figure out what exactly I'm going to do. Probably just set this up with an ender bus. But this is the output bus, and then we've got ourselves a quadruple hatch. So our output bus is going to be massive, just because as different items come in, it's going to be one of those things that you want to have more options for it to fill into. And we do not have enough options for all of the things that we're going to be electrolyzing. So I would rather have this just be able to electrolyze all of the amounts of stuff that it needs to and backpile if it has to, than to do anything otherwise. Whereas this thing here is going to make it to where we're going to use our lovely little smart filter here. We're going to shut this off so it is not automatically pulling. And grab ourselves... Oh, did I not? I actually don't think I have the right arm, so I think we're going to have to just deal with that for now. The plan is to shut this off, have a HV arm on there so it can pull enough items in that will electrolyze the recipes designed to go in there. Because even with our current bus that we can put in, there are way more electrolyzing recipes than open spots here to fill up. So you'll end up into a problem where you've got way too much stuff that needs to go in here, and if you don't get enough of it, then it will just hold on to that slot and not let anything cycle through it. So we're going to manage that with the arm and the filter, just like before on the smaller machines. I did grab myself a automatic maintenance hatch, just because, as I've said before, it's kind of nicer to be able to set this and forget this, and be able to walk away and let this run while I'm out of the house. It does take time to get a lot of this stuff done. So let's get this fully built up, and there we go. Now, here comes the slightly more fun part for now. I'm actually going to start it by running myself some stone dust. So hopefully, once we get that hooked up to power, it will be able to start. Just gotta grab ourselves some uranium wire, and then grab out our cutters. There we go. Did you run out of fuel? What's going on? Hello? Haha, this is this electrolyzer. Silly, not the centrifuge. Oh, I was thinking of the centrifuge, which is something I was kind of hoping to get started for that reason. But that means that we can figure out some of the other things that we need then. Only problem, and I guess it's not really a problem, because I can go cancel the craft, and it will continue crafting most of it anyways. Actually, I don't even need to cancel the craft. let's get our... Oh, I did already craft one. Okay. So now we can go set this up properly then. So first things first, we're going to grab our input bus, and we're going to shut it off. So now just the arm is working. The arm is going to have the smart filter with the electrolyzer set up and supply... I guess supply exact works because we do have enough spots that it can do that. And now we are going to need ourselves another smart filter. So let's look that up. And I do have one. That's great. Okay, and then we need ourselves... I did end up making an autocraft of it. A stainless steel. Let's look up crate. Oh, it looks like I still have a titanium crate, which is better than the stainless steel one. So we'll grab that one. As there are tons of recipes that are going to go in here and things I'm going to have to go through and figure out which ones I don't want electrolyzed. So we're going to place that on there, and we're going to say we want filter insert. That's not right. Yes, that's right. Electrolyzer. Okay. And now comes the question. Did something turn off over here? Oh, those aren't supposed to go in there. That's why. Let's go over here. Okay. Glad that I noticed that. Now I guess we do have to go back. And we've got to find out some of the few things that we want. I guess we could start a storage bus to craft, because we are going to need that. And we're going to have to create a list of all of the things that we do not want to electrolyze. So we do not want salt electrolyzed, graphite, soapstone, gypsum, talc, calcite, cassiterite, lapis, and quicklime. Those are just to name a few. And we'll probably have to go through some more and figure out more after this. But with the storage bus done, we should be able to go and do that. We just need to also grab out the inverter card. We will have to invert it to be a blacklist instead of a whitelist. So, the storage bus right there. And we want... Oh, no, we can't do this. What do we do with this? We're going to have to create a whitelist, which is even more insane to think about. Just... Oh boy, that's actually going to be a fun list to try to create. And I don't think there's a shortcut. So if we use that and we macerate it, still has a pyrope. But it loses any other meaningful tags for us. See, this is where it could get really messy really quick, especially because we don't want things like Certus quartz in there. Oh boy. Yeah, this is one of those ones that's going to take those extender cards, capacity cards that we need, and I'm just going to have to fill this out. But just to show that it works, we can go grab something that we do want to consider electrolyzing. And that would be... How about some water? No. Where is the electrolyzer? Don't tell me we're out of power down here. Uh-oh, is stuff not working? Oh boy, we gotta get some stuff fixed. That's still taking steam. Okay, so seems like that is probably going to have to be it for now, guys. As maintenance is required on things. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe we do go for it. That's something we can go ahead and sink some of. Don't know if I actually have anything else. It's like, I guess we could do like a stack of ruby. Not too bad to use a stack of it for that. Especially because we do need all of the outputs. Back over to the electrolyzer. But if I stick those in there, it should pull them in now. Oh, gotta turn it back on. And yeah, there it goes. That is lightning quick. Already done, and we get all of our aluminum and chromium. And then we have ourselves a bunch of oxygen, which can get set back to the system simply by using an ender fluid link, I think, to like a container to dump it into, but I don't know. I have to figure out that. What do we want? I guess we could just do an interface and then drag it over to here. I think that's what I was going to do. Interface, we just need the cables. We need more of them. Luix. Cables. Start the craft. And I guess, let's actually break that. It's a shame to lose a little bit of oxygen, but it's not too bad. Because we can totally put that over here. And, you know, mess the whole thing up, but at the same time, it's fine. And a spot there, and there. Put the output over here. And then we've got ourselves our interface with the cable coming across. Actually, we want that there because I do need to fix the wire so it goes up and over, but so we have a walkway here, as I've done with all of the other ones. Oop. And snip. Snip. And now we no longer need the cable for the moment, but there we go. Now we can walk underneath that. We can get stuff over and piped back into the system as it filters it out. But as I said, this is going to be a long filter process, so I'm going to have to go through and see what things I want to keep, what things I want filtered, and what is going to go through, as a lot of these materials that can be electrolyzed, we need. So the stuff that I want auto-electrolyzed will be set up off-screen. It's a bit of a short one today, but what do you expect? There's not much left to do with that thing. I don't know if I really want to show a centrifuge. It's the same thing as this thermal centrifuge. You just change the name of the... You don't change the name of the thing as we put it in. So when we get back, you might actually see a centrifuge up, you might not. Depends on if I had time to set it up yet. Because it is literally this thing right here. What is it? Yeah, machine mode, centrifuge. So it's literally the same thing, just a second time over there. But there is one more I need to add that I actually completely forgot about originally. But there was a couple of things that made me realize I actually do need one, because you cannot process this otherwise. But as soon as I figure out all of the things that I need to go in there, I need to also make it to where they don't go into here, so that they can get electrolyzed over there. So, once again, thank you guys for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and please leave a like and comment, and please subscribe. I would very much appreciate all of that. You guys have a wonderful day, and bye!